In my late 20s, I was involved with a band that was very, very busy. And there was one place where we always did real well. We pretty much packed the place every time we played there. And she was an ace bartender, and I was working on being a hotshot lead guitar player, so.
I was afraid of you because he looks very, like a rock and roll star.
Problem I had was arthritis that showed up in my left hand back in 2013. That was a problem that affected my work as an interpreter, but even more so it affected my guitar playing, and that's my great passion, my first love. The pain initially started when I was playing. The cartilage was wearing away. This is a crucial part of playing guitar because your left thumb is essentially, that's your foundation on the fingerboard. When it got to a point where it was beginning to interfere with my playing, I made an appointment with Johns Hopkins and found a hand specialist over there, Dr. Dawn Laporte, and I decided to go ahead and do the procedure.
The surgery is called either a thumb CMC arthroplasty. Some people will just refer to it as a thumb joint replacement. Unlike a hip or knee replacement, there's no metal or plastic in this joint replacement. It's done with the patient's own tendon. The patient has two tendons that do the same thing, so there's no functional loss, but instead of having bone against bone, there's bone against a soft compressible tendon, so this is very reliable for pain relief.
This is about 8 hours after surgery, completely numb.
Bill did great. He got back to doing most of his normal activity by close to 3 months, which is about as quick as anybody would get there.
I went for my OT at Hopkins White Marsh. My therapist was Joy, and she actually designed a special splint to put on my thumb to wear when I was first getting back into playing again. That just showed how brilliant and how creative everybody that was on my team was, and their attitudes and their personalities had a lot to do with the success of my recovery.
One of the advantages of having his hand surgery here is that the hand therapists work in the same clinic space that the surgeons are in. We have a conference once a week together and communicate frequently about our patients to make sure they have the best outcomes.
I think it's actually made me a better guitar player too, because not only am I playing with less pain, but I'm playing better. And I can't explain that, but Dr. Laporte and her crew are responsible for a miraculous save.